how do we live together? How do we grow together?
Yeah.
How do we move with one another? How do we consider each other? How do we talk to each other? Oh, I can't talk to you that way. Oh, you don't like to hear it that way. Oh, I realize I don't like to receive information this way that you know what I'm saying? You just telling me. It's going to be a lot of things that you're trying to figure out about each other, as you go through that process. And the hard part about that is, not to get too deep, is the reason why it's so difficult is because your bodies are trying to catch up to something that your spirits have already done. Your souls have already come into agreement with each other. So when you get married,
Did not see that one.
wow. We good?
Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on? What up? What up? Hey, we back for another edition of the Man of These Podcast where we have honest conversations that every man needs but rarely gets to have. It's your boy Melly Mel, a.k.a. Meek Mel, a.k.a. Favorite Truth Teller, a.k.a. If you don't want to know,
Don't ask me. It's your boy T. Roy, your neighborhood hope dealer. If you need some hope, I got something you can borrow. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow.
What up, world? It's Dave. Dave has wings. I'm back in here. I'm doing my thing. Keep your mind elevated. Keep your feet on the ground. Subscribe to the pod. We're gonna keep polishing that crown.
Hey, Raj in the building.
Yeah.
Big
What's
Raj.
going on, Raj?
What up?
Good to have you, man.
What
Good
up?
to have you, man. Hey, guys, we started talking about this, and I said, "Hey, shut up," okay? Because I wanted to capture it on camera. And before we get started, I want to give a shout out to our Patreon real quick.
Okay.
Give a shout out to the people who are tuned in with us on Patreon. This week we reached out to some time ago. We reached out to our Patreon and said, "Hey, what are some topics y'all want to hear about?" And we have some really good topics. I'll briefly read them. We're gonna address a couple of them. Somebody asked in the chat. Shout out to Lionel. What's up, brother Lionel?
My guy.
Yeah.
Glad to have you. You said you want to hear about the takes about the April 21st vote in Virginia for a fair election and stop a Republicans from gerrymandering. We just want to let you know, Lionel, we did read that. We have no idea what's going on. Okay. But we want to make sure you know that we acknowledge that. We live in North Carolina, so we not really too privy to stuff that's going on in Virginia so far. But I will tell you this about politics, Republicans, Democrats, whatever you want to say. Gas prices is high for no reason. Okay. I drove down here today. Gas was $3.89. $3.89.
Things I don't have to worry about.
Yeah, Tesla owner. Electric car people.
I know. Now, what happens when they bring up the electricity bills?
Do you know how much it cost me to charge my car? $20 a month.
$20 a month?
Cost me to charge my car. $20 a month. If it goes up, what am I gonna pay? $60? $60?
Yeah. He's like, you still filling up for 40 a week.
Things I don't have to worry about.
That was elitist. I just want to let you know right now.
I be trying to tell y'all.
You have a charger at home?
Yes, I do have a charger at home. I cheat the system. I don't cheat.
That's not cheating the system.
It's not cheating the system.
Don't you get a tax write-off for that?
No, I got actually no.
Underneath this administration?
They used to give you a
No, you
tax.
do.
They used to give it to you, but it ran out. They don't do it no more. But North Carolina,
Cheaper than going fast charging.
absolutely. Because if you fast charging, that's why I try to tell people having a Tesla only saves you money if you have a charger at home. And I've wanted a Tesla for years, but one of my rules was until I have a house with my own charger, I'm not getting a Tesla. Yeah. That was my foundational rule for getting a Tesla. I have to have my own house, I have to have a home charger, and then I'll get a Tesla. Yeah. Once I got a house and I could get a home charger, I got a Tesla. But I wanted one for years before I got the one that I have now. And it's because it's cheaper. And if you don't have a home charger, you spend just as much charging your car as you would have with gas. And that's why people who have a Tesla and don't have a home charger, they just like the car. It ain't to save money because you're not saving money if you don't have a home charger. I tell you that right now.
Now, on the flip side, what is the maintenance though?
I don't have any.
Yeah, there's no mechanical
I don't
parts
have
inside
no
of
maintenance.
You have tire rotation.
I have
Just a
tire
tire.
rotations and I fill up my windshield washer fluid. That's it. I don't.
Look at Troy.
Nigga, I don't have maintenance. This is why I be telling people like worried about Elon and what Elon got going on. I understand that. It's certain things that you just can't compete with. Everyone's on this racism kick. Who's racist? Who not racist? You supporting people you support. We don't know who racist. Owners of Walmart racist. Target racist. All of them racist. We still shop there anyway. I'm gonna get me a Tesla because I'm worried about how it benefits me. What do I get from it? That's all I care about. Elon gonna be rich regardless of what I do. How does it help me? I got to find the green passion what I'm dealing with. Everyone worried about what they got going. If you want to keep paying for gas, pay for gas. So on your high horse, I'll spend $20 a month and charge my car. Now you ain't gonna make me get rid of it. I'm gonna have that car till it don't work no more.
Okay, all right. So let's go in that vein. So for the person who is like, well, I do want one. I don't like Elon. What is a alternative?
Do they know him personally?
Well,
there's other electric brands that you could buy too.
There are other electric brands.
Most of the manufacturers, yeah.
What I knew about Tesla, the research I had done on it, the things I knew that it could do, what it was capable of, it fit me. So like some of the other electric cars, cool if you want flash and all. I wasn't really worried about the extra stuff like the bells and whistles and all that. The car itself, it's like I look at Teslas like I look at iPhones. A Tesla's an iPhone to me. The way that it works, how it does. So that's how I look at it. The way people like, oh, well, the Galaxy S26 does this in your iPhone. Yeah, but my iPhone is connected. I'm ecosystemed up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm gonna have this iPhone because it works for me to do what I want to do. So I'm gonna keep that iPhone. I don't care if the Galaxy got 4 cameras and they zoomed 60x megapixels to the moon. Nigga, I'm not getting that joint. I'm gonna have an iPhone. That's how I feel about this Tesla. It's hard to go backward. I'm trying to tell you. Once I started driving it and got comfortable with it, when this car breaks, I'm going to get another one.
And they'll probably be dirt cheap by then too.
They dirt cheap now.
Yeah, I heard that. But don't they keep their value a little bit though?
Not
better
really.
than
well, any SUV is going to keep their value better than a car for the most part. Truck, SUV, those hold value better, but I wouldn't say they hold value more so than any other car, to be honest with you.
But yeah, I mean, I think also too.
And in some ways, they go down faster.
I was about to say, yeah, I think the market on electric has also kind of, I don't want to call it a bubble that popped, but it's not as, because of the economic environment, because of the lack of incentives, or because of the political environment, and because of the lack of incentives, builders are now slowing down on making the electric vehicles. There aren't as many incentives. We talk about like the tax credits running out and stuff like that. The state-wise, there's not that many incentives for consumers. You know what I mean? To purchase them. But to the point of like, and because of that, that makes the fleet that is currently available dirt cheap.
And that's going to change.
Yeah.
Right now, they're kind of just like, I'll explain this way in a way that people can understand. iPhones and like Samsung, Androids, whatever. Right now, Teslas are iPhones. Androids are all the other electric charging cars that exist for the most part. That's how they will be bucketed. So you have Teslas that have their own chargers. And then unless you buy an adapter for your Tesla, you can't use the general aftermarket, you know what I'm saying, charger. So they're right now behind the scenes trying to come up with some type of agreement for cross-pollination of the charging ecosystem, make it more accessible for us to be able to use in general. Once that changes, you might start seeing more people with electric cars and stuff like that. And then California has already put a law in place that in the next 5 years, all the cars got to be electric. So electric is gonna,
for real?
Y'all might as well get used to electric car. I don't know why y'all not trying to get used to electric cars.
I just paid off the one I got.
I know, but I'm just
Exactly.
I'm just saying the stuff that people are saying about why they don't want one to me don't make sense.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, they can control the car. What if they turn the car off? Like, who is doing it? I'm not saying it's not possible, but like,
well, even then it's like who are you a mechanic?
Yeah,
somebody can pop your door regardless, whether they're doing it with the phone or whether they're doing it with a Slim Jim.
Yeah, bro, and
your door can get popped,
and they still in catalytic converters and cars, and you know what I'm saying?
They still in whole tires off of cars. I seen joints where like it was a specific like Camry model or something like DC Baltimore. They just taking the tires off, going around the garages. You coming out your joint on blocks. All 4 of your tires gone. Because
what Martin say, watch my dub.
The dub. I remember that episode too. That joke was funny. They was out there trying to
they was
spy on Tommy
because they didn't know what he was doing. They thought he was doing illegal stuff. And Hustle Man came through trying to sell him some flowers.
I got some tires for you.
He said, I don't need no tires. I said, watch my done.
But yeah, they was. I don't know if it was Philly or Baltimore or something. They was legit. It was a Toyota, I think a Toyota Camry or whatever, like really well known stuff. They just taking tires off. So to your point,
you gonna get got.
If they want it, if you're gonna be a lick, you're gonna
I'm trying
be a lick.
to tell you, bro.
Yeah,
y'all gonna have a hard. They gonna have a hard time getting me off that Tesla. I'm not gonna lie to you. The car is just it's too smart. It's too convenient. It does too many things are easy for me with that car for me to be like I'm gonna have to go backwards and stuff like that. Like it just the maintenance part itself is enough for me to be like I'm not going to get another car where I gotta worry about oil leaks or fluids or belts or anything just breaks on a car. Every time you think your car is straight, something breaks on it because there's so much that can break with it because of all the pieces that need to go into it. So even just that alone, then you're talking about constant oil changes on top of the tire rotations and all the other things that you got to do on top of that. Gas prices fluctuate all the time. I'm at the stage in my life where I'm trying to create static expenses. I need static items in my budget. That's why I got the fixed rate on the gas, the fixed rate on the electric, the fixed rate, whatever the fixed rate is that I can come up with. They do that whole little projection thing just so that I know every month this is how much.
This is what I'm gonna pay.
This is how much this. I need static expenses in my life.
Bro, tell me why I got my oil changed the other day. $100.
You went
$100.
You went to the dealership, didn't you?
No, I went to the 10-minute joint. I went to the 10-minute joint. Get me in and out, and it was $100 after the coupon.
Well, what you have to know when you go to those places, know what your car takes.
Yeah.
Because they're always up. They always giving you
the one that's up.
You need this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. For those who didn't hear what Roger said, you have to know what you when you go to the places to get your oil changed. They try to upsell you on your oil, and so they make sure that you pay extra. Bro, when that little dude come around and be like, "Hey man, we pulled your filter," and we was like, "Hey, put my filter back in there. Don't touch the thing.
Don't show me nothing."
Bro came back with the dipstick and was like, "You see that oil right there? It's really dark." Wow.
Put it
From
back.
my understanding, oil is always dark.
Put it back.
He's like, what we suggest is that we do, something. It's like a cleansing of your oil, of your system. Hey, put that back in the thing. Okay, I don't want no changes at all.
When it comes to car maintenance, bro, it's two things that I'm like, I done stopped fighting the battle on. One, I'm gonna just buy that full set of tires.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
not finna
I'm
do
not
all the
doing
drop.
that.
I'm gonna get a full. I'm just gonna get the full 4 set. Or if I need to get 2 at a time, I'll get 2 at a time based off the rotation because I didn't do it. Cool, I'll get 2 at a time.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get the 2 or the 4. I'm gonna do it real
New.
simple.
New.
Not no news. Not them joints you got in the back.
Costco, Sam's, discount tire.
Exactly.
I'm gonna get
Been
right.
there, done that.
We're not doing no more.
Yeah.
The other thing is I'm going to the dealership and just gonna pay the maintenance, and I'm gonna tell them take that off, and I'm gonna let the dealership take care of my doggone car.
Exactly.
I'm not finna go to the
somebody around the way who got a cousin that might
I'm
be able
gonna go
straight
to
to
the
the
dealership and pay for the maintenance and tell them what I do and don't want, and I'm gonna make it out the
and
way I
don't
need to
show
make
me
it out.
nothing or put that filter back where you got it from.
Oh yeah, you're
I
next.
don't
You'll be.
care
I'll handle that next time.
I'll take care of that next time.
Oh, thank you for the 150 point assessment.
Thank you for letting me know.
Is there anything that's red? No. Routine.
And I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like, I like to try to help out, local businesses and stuff like that. But when you charging me $400 for a service and Sam's is charging me $150,
what's the service?
I hate to say this. I'm going to Sam's. I had my the sensor in my tire.
The TPS.
Yes.
Okay.
So the sensor in my tire, one of them went out. So I went to the local service, the local place, and they was like, "Hey, we can change that out. It's gonna be $100." I was like, "All right, I just gotta put $100 out." He was like, "But if I change this one, it's gonna mess up the other 3 that are in there. So we need to change all 3." I was like, "So how much is that gonna be?" He was like, "Well, simple math is it?"
$100 a piece. It's gonna cost you That's $400, brother.
He said, "Well, simple
math." Hey, look, you know what? You almost could have got yourself $400. You almost could have got yourself $400. But because of the way you presented that, now I'm definitely not going
here.
To you.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like,
listen
"No,
here, tire man." That's how I would have been. Listen here, tire man. While you changing tires, me and my $400
go elsewhere.
So I said, "Hey, bruh, I appreciate it. Just fix the other thing that I came for. We won't do the tire pressure joint. All right. So then I was like, well, let me see what Sam's do, because I bought tires from Sam's before, and if you buy tires from Sam's, their warranty is long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I went over there and I was like, look, man, I need these tires. Can you check my
TPS system.
my TPS system? He was like, yeah. So listen, I can fix this one, and it's gonna cost you like $60. I said, cool. And he was like, but I need to do all the other ones because it's going to affect the other ones. I was like, dang, two
Simple
people told me the
math.
same thing. And so then
math.
my question was, how much that going to cost me? Well, simple math is going to cost you this. And so in comparison to what they was about to hit me for, hey, bro, local.
So you saved $100.
Like
$120.
$160. $160. So if Sam's got it for the low ski, I'm already paying for the membership. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to the Sam's.
Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at that for going to Sam's. I just agree with you. Yeah. I'm telling y'all, I'm at the stage right now where convenience is just at the top of my list, bro. I'm not fighting with that no more. Certain things
even having to deal with the hustle of just that, having that conversation of not knowing that you could have saved $180. It's like, bro, cats don't be. Comes out again, cats. Not even that they don't be right. Cats be in different positions, right? So cool. You running your business, but the part is the part. You can whatever part you need, you can Google how much that part is going to cost to get the part. Everything else is going to come down to labor.
Yeah.
So if your labor costs are just exponentially high because you got the overhead you got with your building, business is business.
I'm going somewhere else. But then sometimes you just need to go back to who manufactured it. Sometimes it's just best to take it
because they know your car better than anybody else.
Sometimes it's just best to take it back to who manufactured it.
That's the other thing. I'm not even changing brands to the point. Even if I did go electric, I'm still trying to get Toyota. At some point, Lauren want to get a truck. When we get a truck, it's gonna be a Toyota or a Lexus.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna
company?
be, bro.
Yeah,
it's not. We not. She was, Nissan. Toyota.
That's what we drive. That's what we know. That's what we sticking with.
Toyota. Okay.
The parts is cheap. The labor is doable.
It's reliable.
Bro, it's reliable.
They test them cars into the ground, bro. Anything that come from Japan is for me. Japanese. So when I'm taking my Corolla to the dealership, and I'm gonna tell them what I do and don't want.
But my car connects to my calendar. When I get in my car knows my calendar.
And so it know where you about to go to.
It sets my GPS when I get in my car to tell me where I'm about to. Actually, it's already on the screen when I get in the car to tell me how long it's gonna take me to get to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Melvin said smart house around this mother.
That's the crazy. I told you, right? I got mad at Miles once because we went to visit my mama, and we were taking some stuff out the trunk to get in the house. We went to the grocery store. She gave him the key and said, "Go open the door," while we was getting the groceries. We grabbed the groceries. He was standing at the door, and she said, "I told you to open the door." He holding the key. He said, "How do I use the key?"
No, that's real.
He like, "How do I open the door?" So she look at me. I look at him. I'm looking at him like, the key. Now I'm getting frustrated. Like I'm like, the key. Yeah, don't embarrass me in front of my mama. The key.
Right.
And so then he legit is like, I don't know how to use this key. And then I realized,
Got smart locks at the house.
He's never had a key. I don't have keys at my house. He's never grown up with a key.
Yeah.
He uses a keypad.
No, it's
real. He uses
Yeah.
a keypad to get in the house. When he comes in the house, he talks to the lights to get the lights to come on. He don't really have to flip switches or nothing like that. The thermostat is everything in the house all of our house is smart for the most part.
And he already a tech guy.
And he's the kid. They don't use keys. They don't certain stuff that they don't do. So I'm just like, certain things I didn't even realize I need to teach him, because like when you leave here, everyone else don't have keypads.
Right. So when you taught him, how did
I showed him how, like, this how you gotta do it. This how, you know what I'm saying, or different things like
Probably
that. So
felt
I
like he
even
was
think
using
about
he probably thought he was using a rotary phone or
like,
something.
bro, like even with the car, because he about to start driving. Like in 2 years, he gonna start driving. Me and Sharita start having that conversation, like what type of car,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, should we get him, or different things like that. And honestly, he might have a Tesla, which is the crazy part to think about. Because
pass down what you got now to him?
like give him my car and then I just go get a new one. So I'm like, he might have a Tesla as his first car, and then out loud, that kind of sounds crazy, but if you're a helicopter parent like Sharita, it's amazing because you can control the car.
She can
control the car from the app. She can set the max speed limit on the car. She can turn it off like with parental control so that you can't drive it. You can do all type of stuff with that car. So it was just like little stuff like that. Like certain things I didn't even know that I haven't prepared him for because of the convenience that I created for, you know what I'm saying, for myself. I'm like, I need to teach this boy how to use a key. Like then I started thinking, what else have I not know? Yeah, like what else do you not know that's basic that you need to know? Because I kept prioritizing convenience.
That's really some rich people privilege type stuff right there. Right. Like you go somewhere and you like get with like somebody, you see it in movies or something like that, and then you be like, well, you take them through the drive-through or something like that, and they're like, well, how do we order? How do they know what we want? It's like, talk to the speaker. Like, I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'm like, certain things, I'm just like, I got to do better as a parent. My convenience is ruining my kids.
Well, I mean, we all had to learn things. Like what you just said, it triggered a memory that I had when I was growing up. Like, I didn't know how to, go to the grocery store and purchase. Well, listen, I was a kid. Not like I'm driving and stuff like that. But when I was a kid, I remember my grandma, she sent me in the store once. She was like, hey, I just got off of work. Here's $5. Go in there and go get you some. This is back when $5 went a long way. You can get you a 2-piece.
A long way.
Yeah. You get you a 2-piece, 2 sides, a biscuit, and a drink. You know what I'm saying? So she sent me in the store to go get my food. I go in there, I get scared because I don't know to go up there and ask the lady, this is what I want. If she asks me, do I want dark or white? I don't know which one I want, to be quite honest with you, because y'all ordered for me all the time.
Yeah.
So
which one is white?
Right.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold
which
you.
one is white?
It still take me a little minute when it's in a bucket for the chair. I'm like,
white is breast, right?
Yeah.
White is breast,
dark is legs and thighs.
Yeah, exactly.
Why the legs gotta be dark?
No. Breast. Oh yeah, breast and wing is white.
Yeah.
Wings are white. So everything below the lower half is dark.
Yes, dark. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I was right. I was close.
Yeah, you in there.
Right. You in there. So I come back out. She's like, did you get your food? I got a bag of Sun Chips and a Mountain Dew. She said, Troy, I sent you in the store to get you. I said, Ma, I ain't never did this before. I am a full 6-year-old kid. Okay, I've never went in there and ordered my own food before.
Ain't no stress like that. Or like the first time your mama leave you in the grocery store line.
Bruh.
I forgot.
And everybody start moving.
And you like, you just watching the total stack up. You like, bruh, come on.
You
bruh.
gotta rush. Or
she'll be right back.
The reverse about that is she sends you to go get something and you don't know where it is. And then you come back with something. She said, that's not what I want. I wanted whole grain, not white, not wheat. I didn't want that. Go back and I don't know.
I don't buy bread.
I don't buy bread. This is not my thing. You tell me to go get some bananas, I came back with plantains, and now you mad at me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know.
See, that's how we had to learn, because we was doing stuff we shouldn't have been doing. And I just talked to Dave about that. We was doing things we should not be doing at that age. They was making us too grown for our own good when we was kids, bro.
Yes.
We was grown. That's why we act the way we act, and they couldn't figure it out. You making me grown by having me do stuff that I'm not supposed to be doing. I've been grown for a long time. That's part of the reason why when I graduated when I was 17, and people be thinking I'm lying about that, I have not been home to live since I was 18 years old. I turned 18 in the summer. We graduated in June. I turned 18 that next month. I have not lived in my parents' house since I was 18. Because we did stuff so early, I felt so grown that I was like, I don't need to be here. I'm going out in the world. I'm grown. You can't tell me what to do. I'm leaving. And I've been going ever since because they made me grown. They made us grown too early. And I think that's part of the reason why my son don't know how to use a key. Because I've been trying to keep him from being grown. Trying to keep both of them from having to be grown. I just wanted them to be kids.
Right.
But then forgetting that you can be a kid and still learn basic life skills. Ain't nothing too grown about learning how to use a key on a house or something like that. But it just little things like we said. Sometimes I feel like I've leaned too far into trying to not have them experience things that I experienced that were negative, that I forget to give them the stuff that I actually got that was important from you.
It was I'll tell this last story and we'll move on. My wife, when we got married, she was telling me, she was like, we need to get the oil change. I know how to change my own oil. She's like, my dad worked on a military base and they had a base where you can change your oil. He showed me how to change my own oil. do you know how to change your own oil? I said, girl, watch out. We going to the Jiffy Lubes. I don't know how to change no oil. I learned how to change a tire because I got one. Not because someone taught me. I got a flat tire and I was like, I need to figure this out right now. And bruh, there is nothing more confusing as a person that has to change a tire when you got multiple pieces in your trunk and you don't even know how to put it together. First of all, how am I supposed to jack this jack up? How am I supposed to know the part that takes the lug off is also used for the jack to jack it up? I didn't know that.
And I hate the jacks that come in the car.
Bro, them joints is the
Cause
worst.
you got to sit there.
Well, first of all, you got to find the right groove underneath in the frame to get the right little spot. Because if you don't do that, you really cooked.
Right.
Bruh.
You'll be done.
Why
Had
they
your
didn't
car
give us
fall over. Bruh.
That would have been too easy, wouldn't it? If they had just gave us a little pump joint. I hate them jacks.
Bro, them joints is the worst. And then just trying to get sometimes you got to stand on the joint to put some force.
Right, you got to put some force in it.
Get the lug nut off, depending on how tight it is.
That's the reason why I couldn't be mad at my cousin. A couple years ago, I pulled up. He was like, "Bro, I cannot figure out how to change my tire." Now this is a 29-year-old man. He's like, "I don't know how to change the tire on my car," and I was like, "Bro, don't even feel bad. I was out there stuck and didn't know how to change mine." And we walked through the whole process together and was like, "Hey, bro, this is how you do it now. Now you know." Moving forward,
bro, that was one of the things that I was super grateful for. My stepdad, when I first got I got a 97 Camry. My mom, my stepdad, and my godparents all chipped in for me to get my first car. 97 Camry. I got it in 2008 or 2007, whatever it was. So however many years it was already on it, but it was great condition, great. What's the name? But my stepdad's like that. He's a blue collar guy, like knows his way around all that kind of stuff. And that was the first thing that he did. He was like, all right, this is what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about. And he didn't tell me how to like change brakes or nothing like that, but he was like, you need to know, he's like the basic minimum, you know how to change a tire and you need to know how to check your oil. That's it. So you can do those two things at a minimum. And then you'll be okay to be able to take care of any vehicle going forward or any kind of real crazy situation. Because especially with it being an older car, you need to check your oil level because you may have to add oil to it just to make sure that it don't lock up on you. So you need to be able to check it every so often so that you know we need to put oil in it. And then you need to know how to change the tire so you ain't stuck on the side of the road.
Facts. And
on top of having AAA so that you can still, call somebody if you need it or call us if you need it. But just in case you're not in that situation where you were too far out, a cell phone dead or whatever it is, you need to know how to change the tire.
Yep. Yeah.
So that was the first. He put me in a Saturday morning, whatever it was, pop the hood. This is this. Oh, and jump in the battery. That was
yeah. You gotta learn how to jump.
I was always afraid because I always thought I was going to electrocute.
Yeah, I was going to. I was with the red with the black by accident. But yeah, so those are the three things that it was. He was like, you need to learn how to jump your car. You need to learn how to change the tire, and you need to learn how to check your oil.
And you know how I learned how to jump a car?
Your car was dead.
Once again, my car was dead, and 2, TV. I remember seeing it on an episode or something, and I was like, well. Let me just match. I think you should match the colors together.
Right.
That
at minimum.
At minimum.
Yeah.
Okay. And once I got that, and I touched the 2 sparks and they 2 plugs and they sparked. I was like, okay, power is coming from here. Let's go ahead and put. And that's how I learned how to do that.
Yeah, bro.
No one actually taught me. All right, but anyway, so Lionel, that's our response to the. That's our response.
Yeah, my bad, Lionel. We don't know about
We don't know
the
nothing.
gas is high.
We don't know nothing about that.
Our kids
That's
are
how we
ruined.
got on that.
We don't know nothing about that. But we do have some more Patreon
Gerrymandering
requests.
is wrong.
Right. Don't let
Gerrymandering, yeah, you shouldn't
don't
do
let
that.
people marry the gender.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Don't let them
That's
do that.
it.
If they are gerrymandering or marrying the gender where
It's
you
wrong.
at, talk to your people
That's
about
exactly-
it.
that's
'Cause
exactly
they doing
wrong.
it. They doing it everywhere.
We got to fix it.
We got to fix that. That's a good
Midterm
one.
elections in November.
So we also have some more Patreon requests. This is actually a segue.
We gonna call this a Cave Gang episode.
This is a Cave Gang episode.
Cave
Gang
Gang.
episode.
Yeah, man.
Join the Cave Gang.
Come on now.
Whenever we're about to record, and even when we're not recording, if you want to jump in our Patreon and give us some ideas of some topics we should cover, we should do that. And actually, that's the reason why we want to jump into these next ones because they are about marriage. We have one from Hakeem. What's up, Hakeem?
Yeah.
What's
What
up,
up, bro?
Hakeem? And we have one from Kenneth Pratt. What's up? What's up, kid?
What up, Ken?
Good.
Now these two
KP.
these two posts or requests are very similar. They're about marriage. So Hakeem asked a question. Do you have any advice on first year of marriage? He asked us about the Floyd Mayweather joint. I'm not too familiar with Floyd. I'm not even. He asked, is he taking his next fight because he's just broke and he's trying to get some money?
Who he fighting?
I didn't even know he was fighting. Wait, is he fighting on Netflix?
I hadn't seen it.
All of Floyd's fights lately have just been a bag run. Like, he's not broke, but if I got a chance to make $500 million,
Why not?
Yeah.
I must make $500 million.
$500 million just to run around and dodge some punches? Yeah,
Yeah,
because
what was the last fight he had was him and Pacquiao, right? That was his last actual fight.
You asking the wrong one.
I thought he fought one of the Paul brothers.
Did he fight with him for real?
Yeah, he fought one of the Paul brothers.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about a real fight.
Mayweather is scheduled to fight Manny Pacquiao
Again?
September 19, 2026.
Wasn't that his last fight though? Wasn't that his last? Didn't they? That was his last real fight. They
Shout out
fought
to
it
Rod.
last
Shout out to
time?
the man in the chair.
Yeah.
In the computer.
Because I think that they fought last time. That was his actual real fight, and he took on 300, and Pat got 130
that sounds
for them fighting just for the fight.
I feel like.
And so I think that I think he's just running the bag.
His last fight was actually Conor McGregor.
Oh,
that's what it was
yeah.
a couple years ago.
oh,
17.
But he fought one of them Paul brothers though. He beat him.
Did he?
Yeah, he fought one of the Paul brothers.
Look that up. I missed that one.
so McGregor was that the one he got 300?
that sound about right.
Well, he usually get 300.
He fought an exhibition. So the fight against Logan Paul was an exhibition.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
2021.
for fun.
Yeah. And it's probably on Thriller when they were trying to push that Thriller app that they had. The Paul brothers had the Thriller app.
I know he's running up a bag. He don't need the
That's what-
money.
yeah.
He
I mean, whenever he fight, he gonna fight.
yeah, he running up the bag just cause he don't need it. I don't think he broke at all. I don't think Mayweather broke.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's just the money run.
Yeah, he ain't broke.
Listen, if you used to getting money, you just don't. If the money on the table, why not take it? You feel me?
So what they doing?
So that's our answer to that, Hakeem. So, but you asked for advice as far as first year of marriage, and this kind of leads into what Ken was asking as far as his request. His request was he would love to hear you guys discuss the challenges in maintaining your marriage with kids, how you keep things fresh. How do you deal with conflict when your parenting styles are different? That's pretty good. That's a really good topic.
That's probably
And do you maintain traditional norms with parenting, or do you consider fatherhood to have evolved beyond what it has the 5, 10, 20 years? Okay, so let's first go into talking about first year of marriage, and then we'll talk about parenting styles.
I would say we could spend probably the whole rest of this episode on the marriage piece, because the parenting thing is probably a whole episode by itself. Because that's a topic. I mean, there's a lot to be said. We'll see. But there's a lot to be said about that. Yeah.
Okay, so Hakeem, we might come back to you.
We can talk about first year marriage.
Okay.
Just whatever. I mean, I'm just saying we could talk about marriage.
The parenting thing.
Marriage and then the parenting thing might be a separate
That's like
piece,
a whole
'cause it's a
separate.
little-
Okay.
That's a whole world on its own.
Yeah.
Like a topic of conversation.
That's fact.
All right, so let's go just marriage then.
All right, do you want to go first since you wholesome Troy, or do you want to go last because you wholesome Troy?
Well, I proposed the question. I read the question, so I put it out on the floor.
Advice for first year marriage.
Can I will say this.
Look at this. Look at this.
First
Look at
year
this.
of marriage.
Look at this right here.
First year of marriage is rough. It's rough. It is the coming of two different lifestyles together. And it really depends too. It can be rough based upon how you started off your marriage. So I know for myself, my wife and I, we did not live together prior to marriage. And so us not living together, us coming together to be married and living in the same capacity, we were so used to, hey, I saw you tonight, all right, I see you tomorrow type of thing, and we go our separate ways and we live our separate lives. And then to be in each other's space all the time, we had to come to learn how to live together. And so with us learning how to live together, we had to learn about our schedules, because she likes to wake up early, but I wake up late. And so how does that disturb you? I'm not used to somebody, sleeping right beside me. Do you side sleep? Do you back sleep? Do you snore? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so many things that we had to learn in our first year of marriage. We also had to learn roles within our marriage. So like my wife is a cleaner. I am not. So she was expecting me to reflect her cleaning habits, and I'm not a cleaner. You know what I'm saying? And I was expecting her to have some aspects, and she did not have those things. And so we just had to learn our roles as we were going on through marriage. And to be quite honest with you, when you're expecting yourself out of your spouse to reflect immediately, it can be frustrating. It can be very, very frustrating because they are not doing the things that you anticipated or thought that they should be doing. And so you have to learn how to live life, come back to the table, talk about it, live life, come back to the table, talk about it, and go back and forth. And so I think the problem is that for us, we harbored a lot of our feelings about our frustrations, and we never said them out loud. And so after a period of time, it spilled out at times when it was not productive or constructive. It was more destructive and more of a sense of tearing one another down. So that's the reason why I say the first year of marriage can be rough, but you can make it through.
What you looking like that for, Mel?
Do you have any advice in there for Hakeem?
Yeah, so
You said a lot, but I didn't hear you giving me any advice.
Yeah,
so you start
the-
off and just say, "Hey, the first year's rough."
I would say, I would say the.
Hey, look, I don't know if you saw the face when I made it. I was like,
I was like, do you have any advice for Hakeem?
Well, first of all, the reason why I want to even say that is because I want to let you know, if you are going through tough times, you're not the only one.
Facts.
All right. So you're in a space of men who have went through something very similar. I think the biggest part that I would say is the being able to learn how to articulate and communicate things as far as expectations for one another, and like being able to have that safe space to share with one another. Hey, listen, this is what I anticipated about this. This is what I expected about this. This is what I'm learning about you. This is what you're telling me. This is what I'm seeing, and things of that nature. So I think one of the biggest things, as far as everything that I just mentioned, is being able to create the space for one another to communicate and share those frustrations that you may have. Because to be quite honest with you, there were some things that I was doing that I didn't know that was frustrating to my wife. Had she had said something to me,
You could adjust it.
I could have adjusted, you know what I'm saying? And vice versa, you know what I'm saying? And so I would say the biggest advice I would give would be to find a way to carve out the time to communicate. Listen, you carve out the time to go eat. You carve out the time to go have sex. You carve out the time to have entertainment. Also carve in that time to communicate one another, heart to heart, sharing things that are going on in the marriage.
Solid.
good stuff.
What you said was great. I just did. You didn't give him any advice.
No,
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So
Good call out. You looking at me? You want me to go next?
I want. You want to go? Or you want me to go?
I can roll. I got a little bit of a unique experience. I'm on my second marriage. The first one was definitely my ex-wife and my mom didn't get along, so that caused us to live together ahead of getting married. And I would say the first year of that was a little bit more kind of like chill and relaxed because we were just like young and figuring stuff out. Mm-hmm. So that was like a little bit of a different, not to say that there weren't like ups and downs and conversations and things that needed to be had or whatever, but I think we was just moving a lot more. We were both kind of just moving and grooving. It was a little bit more fluid. My current marriage was a little bit more structured. We're both a little bit older, a little bit more mature, a little bit more set in our ways and things that we needed to kind of get through. So one of the things that we did that also kind of helped with the foundation, because we did have a bit of a shorter engagement period, is that we committed to doing marital counseling throughout the first year.
Oh, that's what's up.
So we didn't we didn't have a lot of time to do premarital counseling. We probably did 2 or 3 months or 2 or 3 sessions ahead of us actually getting married, and then we committed to doing the entire year.
That's what's up.
With a marriage counselor. So that helped us kind of create that. We naturally had a space every single month or every couple weeks to talk about those things, talk about what we wanted to see, talk about the things that we need. And we actually ended up doing it all the way through our second year as well. And we didn't stop seeing our marriage counselor until we had our baby. So when
really?
Yeah, when we had our baby, the marriage counselor was kind of like, I mean, y'all's marriage is in a solid spot. Y'all seem like y'all have grown and communicated well. Like, go experience some life with your child, and then come back and y'all may have some more things that y'all have uncovered or maybe need more space and stuff like that. So I mean, our baby will be 2 in April. So you know, we haven't been back to the marriage counselor since. And not to say that we don't need it, but we have made our way through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Being able to communicate, and some of that foundational stuff has carried us over this last season, which has been dope. Just being able to have, you know, frameworks and things to be able to just communicate through. So I mean, to give advice, I would say, like, to Troy's point, you have to figure out. I think a lot of people say, well, you got to communicate, but they don't tell people what communicate means. And communication has like all of those layers. It's layered when it comes to dealing with another person.
Yeah.
The example I always use is like, your wife may send you to the grocery store and be like, you know, get some salsa, and you'll go to the grocery store, go with whatever's in your Tostitos, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Come back. Yeah. Come back. Cool. That's not what I wanted.
I want it mild.
You feel me? Like, I want it spicy. I want it extra chunky. I want it extra smooth.
You didn't
We
say
didn't
that.
say none of that.
You just said
You just said go get salsa. I
Get the
went
salsa.
and got salsa, and here's the salsa.
And the chips.
And those are the small things that start to stack up over time, because you annoyed because you got to go back to the store.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's annoyed because you got the wrong thing. And it becomes this, like, that marriage gets to the point where you start to have these, like, it can get to the point where you start to have these, like, arguments over the smallest, especially when things are really aligned. Like, if y'all are really, like, kind of like locked in, y'all are aligned on goals and all that kind of stuff, it really ends up becoming these, like, smaller things that end up getting in the way. Like,
arguments.
yeah, like, why don't you fold the clothes this way?
Yeah,
why
yeah,
don't
yeah.
you? It's these little things that don't end up really amounting to much. But communication solves all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you start to build the culture of your home and the systems of your home based off of that communication. So I would just say, get into that layer, find a space and a way to get into that layer of communication. If you don't have the resources to actually, you know, go to an actual marriage counselor or a relationship therapist or whatever, just research some of those things online, and don't do it from the perspective of researcher, like, oh, I'm looking at TikTok or Instagram and I'm finding this therapist is giving, like, do some actual reading, get some books.
No,
There's
you're for
books
real.
on
Yeah.
like attachment theory, which talks about like how we develop our attachments. So this is actually what we got from our marriage counselor. So books on attachment theory, which talks about how we develop our attachments from childhood into adults. Books on communication, books on what it means to like one of the books that we didn't make it all the way through, but it was a book called Baby Bomb, when we were getting ready to have our child that our counselor told us to read. So there's a lot of different, just like, even if it's something that's simple, like this was we were a part of a book club, a marriage book club, and it was people all ranges, sizes. We were the newest and youngest couple in that club. But and we actually read Kev on stage and
Marriage Be Hard.
Alyssa's book.
Be
Yeah,
Hard.
Marriage Be Hard. We met Marriage Be Hard as a group, which some of those things felt kind of like elementary to a certain degree, especially having been married before and also having gone through the premarital counseling. But it's a great resource if you don't have access to any of that stuff, just to, again, get you in a space where you're having conversations about the right types of things. So communication is key in year one. Creating space to be heard and felt and seen in year one is all that matters. It really, I'm getting away from, and I was talking, actually funny because I was talking about this, I was talking about this in a Black fatherhood peer mentor group that I'm a part of. Shout out to Belief in Fatherhood. Shout out Glenn Henry and all the guys that show up on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. And that was one of the things that we were talking about, because we were talking about the marriage is hard conversation that came up in some of the other stuff that Glenn was doing with his wife and the couple stuff that he was doing. And I'm getting away from, or trying to be mindful about the narrative of marriage being hard and what it actually means and the nuance within it. So because what I noticed online is when these conversations come up and you're looking through these comments, because there are so many conversations and narratives online about things, that people are in groupthink and having the same conversation without nuance.
And just recycling the same thoughts.
And it becomes a situation where it's like, people are like, yeah, bro, marriage is hard. And it starts to deter people from marriage. It can be.
It is hard. It's not can be. Marriage is hard. Marriage is hard.
I've reframed it to. You can
reframe it all you want.
I know, but
marriage
I'm saying
is hard.
I'm saying that I've reframed it to that marriage as an institution and marriage as a thing is not hard. You have two people who are committing to do things together no matter what. Mm-hmm. It's the fact that we are human and we all have our nuances that makes marriage hard. If you remember that, it's not about that. Your marriage is not about. If you keep the main thing and realize that the goal that you all have and the culture that you want to develop for your home is the goal, and y'all are aligned on that, everything else is just about supporting each other through the nuances, because life is hard.
Which is hard.
Life is hard.
All of what you said is hard.
And I think also there's a delineation, and this is what came out of the group, there's a delineation between hard and difficult. depending on the definition, depending on how you look at it. Because saying something is hard makes it almost seem like it's not it's like insurmountable or something.
I feel you.
And it
It's
becomes
like
distilled down to like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But saying that something is difficult is different than just saying like something is hard. This when it comes down to those, Melvin's like, I'm communicating for the least of these, and I'm like, but this is why I need Lace. Lace, I miss you, my brother.
Marriage is hard.
It is.
Marriage is hard. I know we say we don't want to deter people. We try not to deter people from marriage and this and that. In some ways, we do need to deter people from marriage because everybody don't need to be married and everybody not ready to get married. And some of y'all getting married before you ready to get married because you just want to be married. You just want to feel like you're not by yourself. You feel like it's the right time. You feel like it's the right thing to do. A lot of reasons why people get married and they shouldn't be getting married. So you need people who be honest to say marriage is hard. We can reframe things and say they're difficult and blah. Marriage is hard. When you're trying to combine a life with somebody else, that's hard. Whether y'all are in alignment or not, whether you agree that we're going to do this for the rest of our lives, all these other, it is hard to be married for any length of time. It's hard to bring two people who are of opposite upbringing, who have nuances in their own relationships, all these different types of things that you have going on, to try to bring that together and be on one accord to go in a direction. That's going to be hard no matter what. Age, gender, marriage is hard in general. And it's okay to say that. And we need to be, I'm glad we talking about right now, but we got to be honest about it because some people, they feel like they don't want to hear that. Like, I don't want to hear marriage is hard. It doesn't sound like there's no hope in marriage. You can be hope. You can do something that's hard and still find the green pasture in it. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Just because we say that marriage is hard, it doesn't mean that it's so miserable that it's not worth doing. It's just to say like it's hard.
That's what it gets distilled down to though. Which is why I'm saying, like, in any spaces or time or anytime this conversation is coming up, I'm starting to look at how do we use different language because, again, like, I think it gets to the point where you start to have conversations with guys and they be like, well, I don't know if I'm ready. And that, like, to your point, like, some people maybe don't, but there are people who could and should, but they are being derailed or deterred. And I also think that is also part of why I think that it comes down to why there's so much individualism versus collectivism. Like, I personally believe that the nuclear family is a part of what helps keep a society together and intact. That's what, like, I think that a part of it's like it can get into some like conspiracy theories and things like that. But when you talk about like the number of apartments that are being built, when you talk about the number of people that are living by themselves, when you talk about the number of people who are paying individual things, like it makes the economy, it's more economic for me to have individual people who are paying me for the same thing versus having people who are utilizing resources together. So life is not there are other things that are subconsciously communicating to you that you should be an individual and do this thing called life by yourself. Mm-hmm. And I believe that life can be more fulfilling and is more fulfilling when you have somebody, despite the hard pieces. I think I would say that there is more green pasture than what we talk about. People spend more time talking about the hard things in marriage than they talk about the good things in marriage, which is why I think I'm being more conscious about talking about or at least calling it out when conversations like this come up, because there's not enough content talking about the positive side of marriage and the good things that come out of making the hard decision or whatever it is.
That's with anything in life though.
The phrase that I was thinking about the whole time when you were saying and you were when you were responding back is that, and I had to look it up because I was like, what exactly is this phrase? The phrase is nothing good comes easy. That's basically it. So marriage is good, but it ain't gonna come easily. You gotta work at it. It's got to be something that we got to be willing to work at it and know that something good can come out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, that's the other thing too. Is like, I think also if we're looking at things on a spectrum, it's like what you think. Like you get, I guess things don't get easier, you get stronger type of a vibe. Because the things that you would say was hard in year 1 is not the same type of hard that comes for year 15.
Oh yeah, we over, you know what I'm saying? Like, over year 1.
All the stuff is like all the nuances in the communication and you sleep like this and like at a certain point, it's like the stuff that homies is dealing with in their marriages and supporting their spouse and stuff through, that stuff is hard.
Yeah.
So it's like getting into the game is not hard.
It's easy to get married.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's what I'm saying. We need to deter people from getting married.
Well, I would say we need to deter people from having kids more than I would say we need to deter people from getting married.
Hold on.
That too.
I think there need to be less people having kids and more people getting married.
But the reason why I'm saying is because a lot of people aren't even going into marriage with the right mindset to begin with. And that's what I'm saying, that to deter people from getting married in general, because it's more damaging to just let people keep getting in the game than to give people the truth and have really usher them into what it is that they're put it on full display about.
I don't think there's no shortage of truth though.
There is a big shortage of truth. It's like pulling teeth sometimes. Like, I'm not using Troy as an example, but like people in general are so private with their relationships. It's hard to get anybody to talk about anything of substance or anything of value, especially when we talk about marriage, because everyone who has a good marriage feels like they want to protect it. They feel like they need to guard it. They're not going to talk about it with nobody. I'm not really going out. I'll praise my spouse, like say all the wonderful things I want to say about, but I'm not talking about my marriage with you. I'm not talking about that in this group. I'm not putting that on display. I'm not being outward with it, because a lot of people feel like in order for it to stay the way that it is, I can't talk about it. I can't put it out there because I can't give you a chance to ruin it. When people try to talk good about marriage, especially on social media, negativity is brought to them. Comments, People say negative 100%. Things about you. You try to praise your spouse and be good. Versus next thing you know, people, oh, he a simp. He this, he that. And you just loving on your wife. Mm-hmm. You trying to do the right thing. I'm doing the right thing by loving on my spouse. I'm putting it on display. But then you can't even do that without somebody saying, oh, they lying. Their marriage probably terrible. Blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So it's like there is plenty of people who would want to tell the truth, who would want to share it. But just like when I go to a restaurant and I have a good experience, I don't leave from that and tell everybody. I enjoy my food. I had a great time at the restaurant. I'm not going to tell everybody, hey, you need to go da-da-da. But if I had a terrible time, oh, man, they messed up my food. The food was terrible. Blah, blah, blah. But every time I have a good experience, I'm putting it on blast to tell everybody about it. That's how a lot of people carry their relationship in their marriage, where I feel like I need to guard it from other people. And then others are like, I don't want to talk about how good it is because I don't want you to try to take it. Mm-hmm. Girl, I'm not about to tell you about how good my husband is so you can try to sleep with him. Girl, I'm not about to tell you what my man be doing so you can try to take him from me. Nigga, I'm not about to tell you how my wife be treating me so you can try to slide on her when I'm not looking at different things like that. It's a lot of reasons why people aren't, you know what I'm saying, talking about marriage. So when you sitting around saying that there's, people not giving the real, how we're talking about it, it's honestly the people who are talking negatively about marriage have never even been married.
A lot of times,
and then the ones who are the ones who are most willing to speak up a lot of times are the ones who've had a negative experience with marriage. So then they want to tell everybody about their negative experience. Most of the people who are talking about marriage on social media are looking at the lens of others, celebrities or people that they've seen, witnessed, people that are in the same way we go to people spectate games and they got all the stuff to say from the stands, but they never been in the game, couldn't make the team, won on the court,
but they got the most
to say. That's the people that be on, you know what I'm saying, social media talking about marriage. So it's a lot of like you said, it's a lot of conversation that happens, but I don't think a lot of people even want to hear about marriage, to be honest with you. They don't want to, they want to hear what they want to hear in the conversation about marriage. And people aren't bias. And people aren't being, I'm not going to say people aren't being honest about it. Because there's plenty of people, but it's like I said, it's like pulling teeth. No one wants to really put their marriage or their relationship, on display or different things like that. But I from like a, I guess, first year advice standpoint, because like Dave, I'm on my second marriage years ago, but I'm on the good marriage now. That's how I call it. 15 years in August, I would have been married. Me and Sharita going strong. First year is to me about, first of all, enjoying one another. Enjoy being married. I'm going to say that. Enjoy being married. Enjoy having a wife. Enjoy having a husband. Be glad to be coming home to somebody. Laugh, smile, go places, go on dates, have sex, all the things that newlyweds should be doing. You should be spending as much time as you can with one another in that first year marriage. Like, disappear. When you get back from your honeymoon, people don't see you for 6 months. Cool, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Yeah. Be at home. Get to know each other.
Let people know you alive though.
Like, yeah, what's up? Yeah, like, hey, what up? Yeah, I'm in the group chat. You coming out? No, I'm not coming out. I'm going home. I'm at home. I was like, stay. You know what I'm saying? At home. Be home. Learn how to enjoy one another. And I say spend that first year figuring out how you want to approach the next 60, 70 years.
You know what? That's a great point.
Like, how do we want to approach this future that we trying to build together? So kind of what Troy was talking about, outlining the nuances, the differences, the what's the best way for me to say? I'm not gonna say do's and don'ts, but it's kind of like
the frustrations.
Not necessarily frustration. Me and Sharita had a conversation about what do you hate doing versus what do you like doing.
Oh, okay.
What do I hate?
What are the
Like,
time?
what are
What are
the-
energy
like,
sucks?
yeah,
What
like,
gives
you
you
know what I'm
energy?
saying?
What
Like,
takes energy away
so
from
we
you?
early on, so we not arguing about dishes and clothes and food and all that. Like Sharita, like I hate washing dishes. Fine, I don't mind washing dishes. I hate doing laundry. I love doing laundry. Cool, you do the laundry, I'll do the dishes. We picking out what we good at, blah blah. We figuring out our system, what works for us. Because people will, like, even we having this conversation, people will give you advice about your marriage, but everybody's marriage is gonna be different. What system work in your house might not work for me because of the nuances that that you talk about. All of that is real. Like once we get into it, that's gonna show up, and we got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what works for you may not work for me, but there are general things in practice that we can follow to find success. So I'm saying like that first year should be all about y'all enjoying life, whatever, and then figuring out how you're going to approach those next few years, because we talk about marriage being rough. Years 1 to 3 are probably going to be the hardest years like of your marriage in general, just because you're literally trying to figure out how do we live together? How do we grow together?
Yeah.
How do we move with one another? How do we consider each other? How do we talk to each other? Oh, I can't talk to you that way. Oh, you don't like to hear it that way. Oh, I realize I don't like to receive information this way that you know what I'm saying, you just telling me. It's going to be a lot of things that you're trying to figure out about each other, as you go through that process. And the hard part about that is, not to get too deep, is the reason why it's so difficult is because your bodies are trying to catch up to something that your spirits have already done. Your souls have already come into agreement with each other. So when you get married,
Did not see that one coming.
Wow. I'm
not see that.
Bruh.
I'm just saying this.
That's an uppercut
My
jab right
boy
there.
in
Yeah.
flow state.
Hey, I'm telling you,
The
bro.
hoop looking like the ocean right now.
That's 15 years of marriage. I'm trying to tell him, Rod, it's 15 years. So when I'm sitting here talking about marriage, I ain't telling y'all about something that I watched on TV or
sure.
something that I've heard from. So I've been in the trenches for 15 years.
Real.
15 years, I can tell you about this game, that we've been in. And I'm telling you, the hardest part about it is, and I'm talking about marriage from the biblical sense. So understand marriage however you want to say it. But a lot of people talk about how marriage is only a piece of paper, or marriage is a business or different. Marriage is a joining of souls.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do. On the day that you get married and y'all say I do in front of God and your family and everything, your soul does this.
Bro, if I hear one more time somebody say that marriage is a business, is a contract, I'm gonna smack somebody.
If you got 300 million, it is. If you an everyday person, if you an everyday person like the rest of us, marriage is about companionship and commitment and growth.
That's
If you
a good
got
one.
300
Oh my
million,
God.
it's a business decision for you, and it's some things that you need to be putting in place.
Y'all both in the mud. Y'all trying to
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. So on that day that y'all get married, when y'all stand in front of everybody and y'all say I do, immediately your souls do like this, and they come together. Y'all become one soul. Your bodies are still separate, and you trying to figure out how to get your body to catch up to what your soul has already done, and that's hard. You trying to figure out how to catch up in the natural to something that's happening spiritually with you, and y'all can't understand what's happening. And you reason why you don't really feel it and understand like some of these things that are tugging on you. Like you'll see as you get longer, as you've been married longer. There are things now that me and Sharita, I'm sitting there. It's like, what's for dinner? What are we gonna eat for dinner? What are we gonna eat for dinner or something like that? And I have something in my mind about what I think we should eat for dinner. I ain't said nothing to Sharita. She'll walk in the room and be like, I was thinking we should eat whatchamacallit for dinner. I hadn't even said nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't tell her about what I thought we should be. There's gonna be a point where you are so spiritually in tune that whatever they're thinking, you're feeling. Whatever they're thinking, you can feel. Whatever. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. So year 1 to 3 is rough because your body is trying to catch up to what you've already, done spiritually. And honestly, the older that you are when you get married, the harder it's gonna be in year 1 to 3 for you to flip off the switch, because the longer you've been by yourself, the harder it's going to be to come into agreement with another person. And it's gonna be a challenge for you. And the reason why I say it's hard is because it's hard as a man to learn how to come into a situation and learn how to lead somebody properly.
Yeah.
And to learn how to create an environment where someone is willing to listen to you, where someone's willing to follow you, because you think they following you because you got to the altar and they said I do, and then you get home after everything settles down, and now you're trying to set direction and you realize she want to go left and you trying to go right, and you trying to figure out how I'm gonna get her to go right when she want to go left. How do I get her to listen to me? Well, how do I sometimes maybe turn off myself to listen to her?
Yeah.
Because everything she say ain't necessarily wrong. Just because I'm the leader don't mean that everything I say is the right way to go. So then how do I marry having vision and going forward with my family, but also considering what my wife has to say in a way that's impactful for this household. So you doing a bunch of different work in a short amount of time. It's not just about making sure the lights is on, making sure bills get paid. You trying to nurture somebody, you trying to care for somebody, you trying to break generational curses, you trying to, break down walls, you trying to create a safe environment for your people. And if you got kids and you throw kids on top of all, you throw kids on top of all of that, and then we sit here talking about marriage ain't hard. Marriage is hard, nigga. marriage is hard. And I tell guys this all the time. And I say marriage is hard not because the other person is hard. Marriage is hard because you're gonna learn more about yourself.
Marriage is a mirror.
As you go through marriage, than you are gonna learn about the other person. Marriage is 100% a mirror, and it's gonna be a daily reflection of the type of man that you are, and also the type of man that you are not. As you're going through your day-to-day marriage, you're gonna learn real quick who I am as a man, who I'm not as a man. And that's what makes marriage hard. You're going to be learning about yourself every day of your marriage. I'm 15 years in the marriage, and I'm still learning stuff about myself. Still having to change, still having to grow, still having to do. It's a job that you cannot turn off. Mm-hmm. And so that's why when I say deterring people, being ready to be married is more about a mindset than it is about a physical accumulation of things. Agreed. And I know that there are certain things that we as men need to have in place. Obviously a job, have a little bit of money and all that. But marriage is more so about a mindset. How am I going to approach this, situation? What mind frame am I in? If you can do that, you're ready to be married.
Yeah. And then also too, I think to add to that is the evolution piece. Like you keep talking about continuing to learn about yourself. It's also because you're doing all of this stuff, and then you and your wife or partner are also growing and evolving and changing as people. Life is still happening to y'all. Life is still happening with y'all. Life is still happening for y'all. So there's still things that are also there's still things that are happening that will cause you to change. So a year ago, what might have been the thing because of whatever happened, job, money, health issues, whatever, now it's a different thing a year from now. And y'all got to be able to, that's where the communication being the foundation piece makes things a lot different, because again, you'll have the skills to be able to navigate and recognize the season that you're going through, to be able to say, yo, this is changing and I need us to adjust in this way because this is changing, or this has changed. And I need, because sometimes you'll be bumping into something and you'll be like, why does this keep happening? Why do I keep bumping into this? Why are we fighting over it? What is going on? I thought we was up, but it's like, it done changed. Y'all's operating system done changed. Y'all got to update. So now you got to make tweaks to the system that y'all have in place to be able to account for some of those changes too.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes when you fighting, you're not fighting against your partner. You fighting against spirits and principalities.
Well, the thing is,
I ain't trying to be extra spiritual.
No.
But I'm just trying to say for real. You fighting against spirits and principalities, and it's like it could be some stuff that they are internalizing, some things that they're going through, and it's being processed and coming out in this moment between the two of you all. And sometimes we need to back up and address those things before,
Facts.
That's the biggest reframe too. Like I think another joint in terms of like first year marriage is getting out of the mentality of it being like an individual thing and really start to think about y'all as a collective. Mm-hmm. It has to be us versus the problem, whatever the problem is, whether it's your problem or my problem. To your point about the souls coming, now it's our problem.
Right.
Whatever's happening to you,
everything,
everything that's going to affect you is now going to affect me. So now it needs to be me and you versus the issue, because otherwise you'll end up fighting your spouse and fighting the issue at the same time. Right. And that creates another layer of chaos that the thing is already created.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? And your spouse is supposed to be working together to work against that thing.
Exactly. It's us versus the thing. You have to, no matter how big or how small, everything is us versus the thing.
It's them little micro arguments that make you feel like we at odds.
Exactly.
And that's why you can't get, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of my boys got married in this last year. And they had a little small ceremony. They wanted to keep it light. And afterwards we all went out to dinner. We were sitting around the table. And so someone posed to the table and asked everyone to go around and give like a word of advice for them as they were married. Pretty much everyone at the table had been in, now that I'm thinking about it, had been in the game for a long time. I think the youngest marriage at the table was like 7 years, and then everyone else was 10 or more. So they were like asking for advice and different things like that. And everyone went around and gave a bunch of solid advice, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion, for where they were. And the one thing that I told him is the same thing I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm going to close this episode. Two things I said to him, one of them y'all already said, was never be afraid to have a conversation. Mm-hmm. Never be afraid to have a conversation with your spouse. You should always be able to Talk to your spouse about anything, even if it feels like you can't. You got to continue to have the conversation, because the minute you start closing off conversation, it just gets easier for you to do. And then the more you start withholding, the more you start holding on to alone, it's going to be harder to navigate and function in your marriage. Mm-hmm. So I would say never be afraid to have a conversation. And that's for protection as well, because as long as you know you can go to her to talk about it, you're not going to look for nobody else to talk to about it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
I used to come to y'all a lot
good.
and give all my. Have y'all noticed I don't share a lot in the chat as much?
Well, I didn't really think you was sharing before.
Oh, dang. Well, and
No,
it might be in my other chats. Then I don't share as much as I do in my other chats as much as I do, because now I've shifted my conversation more towards my wife. Like I things that I'm struggling with, things that I'm wrestling with, I bring it to her. Not necessarily because I want her to, she's my end all be all, but it's like I value her opinion. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that.
My fault. I misunderstood what you said. End all be all.
Yeah, and honestly, let me retract that. I said that because I didn't want to come off as a simp. I said that because I didn't want to come off as a simp. My wife is my wife. Yeah, all right, and I want to go talk to her about the things that's going on with me.
And you should,
and I should,
right? And you should,
and I don't care.
That's the point.
I don't care if you think I'm a simp. I don't care if you think I'm a simp.
That don't make you no simp. See, that's the problem.
But no. But like you said earlier,
that don't make you no simp.
The reason why people don't share is because they come off. They think that people gonna downplay them or whatever the case may be. And I am buying into what you're saying. Yeah. I want to be able to talk about the good things without even caring if you think whatever you think about me.
Right. Talk to your girl, bro. That don't make you no simp. And I misunderstood what you said when you said sharing. I thought you were talking about sharing your marriage. Not your personal stuff that you were talking about. You did used to share that. I thought you were talking about marriage. When I say I didn't think you were sharing. I thought that's what you were talking about. My bad. But you did used to share that, and you don't share as much. So yes, that is true.
Because y'all used to be the ones that I go to get advice. Now it's just like I get it from her. And once I've noticed, once I share with her, I was like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I can share with you all the victory, but I go to her now.
I do. You still yes. Talk to her, but you do still need someone.
Yes.
That you can talk to. You're gonna need someone to help you through marriage. Yeah. It's no way around it. You're gonna have to find someone that you could talk to, but you also have to make sure that it's someone that you and your spouse can agree on, that you're allowed to talk to this person about.
Leverage
exactly.
Accountability.
It's impossible for you to have a successful marriage and not have somebody that you can be a confidant to or whatever. If you don't have that, marriage is going to be even harder for you. And I'm telling you that right now. And that's why I don't believe in the concept of never talking about your marriage to nobody. Because had it not been for people who I could trust that were also married to talk to, there's no way in hell I would have made it to 15 years of marriage. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you that right now. We would have never made it this far without having somebody that we could trust to talk to about marriage. And a lot of people get that teaching. You're not supposed to talk to nobody about your relationship. You're not supposed to do. And that's how they carry it. So then they're suffering. Yeah. And don't have nobody to talk to because they're too afraid to say something for fear of judgment or whatever someone's been putting into their head, not realizing that it's keeping them from being able to be successful in marriage. So find somebody that not everybody, somebody or somebody, one or two, that you can talk to about this stuff, because you're going to need it, especially if you want to be married for a long time and not a short time. Mm-hmm.
But you have to talk to people
that you're
trying to aspire. Like,
exactly.
Yeah. You can't be, fresh in the game, just newly married, talking to your boy who
ain't married,
Yeah.
But the last thing I told him, and something that all of us got to learn, go home. That's the easy way for me to say it, bro. Go home. Go home. When everybody else going outside, when it sound good, when it seem like it's seem like it might, go home, bro. You want to tiptoe, go home. Anytime you feel it, bro, I'm telling you, just go home. Go home. Go home, because it's gonna be real easy. I've been there. It's gonna be real easy for you to look at other people's relationships or look at other people's. I used to do it to Troy. Even at 15, I used to do it to Troy sometimes. It's gonna be real easy to look over at other people's marriage or other people's relationship, be like, dang man, I wish I could do like that. Or they wife do this for them, mine don't do that for me. Oh, she talked to him like that, she don't do that for me. Oh, she made him his plate, well, I gotta make my own plate. I gotta do, it's gonna be easy to look at other people's marriages and compare yours to theirs and try to find, negativity in it, or feel like the grass is green on the other side and this and all of that type of stuff. And the grass might be green on the other side, but your grass could be green too. Mm-hmm. Water your own
Water.
grass. Tend to
Water
your
your
own
water.
grass. You know what I'm saying? Take care of your own home. Take care of your house. Go home, bro. Ain't nothing in the street. I know that for a fact. Ain't nothing in the street, bro. Go home.
Go home.
Go home.
Hakeem, I hope that helped. Hope that helped, bro.
KP, we got you on the next one, bro.
KP, we got
sure.
you on the next one. But that was a great episode, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
it was good stuff.
Hakeem, you definitely took us through, from the beginning to the end of this episode, so we really appreciate you. With that being said, it's been a Manly D's podcast. It's your boy Troy, Melly Mel, Dave Has Wings, Raj in the building. We out.
We out.
What you mean, Mel?
What?
You said something I didn't even know.